The History of Diving Museum is appropriately located in Islamorada, Village of Islands, where salvage diving has thrived since the early 1700s. The many beautiful yet treacherous reefs that surround Islamorada and much of the Florida Keys have long been the nemesis of unlucky boat captains and the repository for sunken treasures beyond our wildest imagination.
The Florida Keys are, riddled with reefs. So what ended up happening is, they would either come too close to shore and wreck on a reef, or, during a hurricane, they would get blown close into shore and then wreck on the reef.
During a hurricane in 1733, a Spanish treasure fleet sank by the ill-fated reefs of Islamorada and made history as one of the first wrecks ever recorded in the area. Knowledge of the wreck created an overwhelming interest in salvage diving, and the wrecking industry began full speed ahead. This robust industry created untold riches of the Florida Keys and brought unimaginable wealth to Key West. The sleepy little island quickly became the wealthiest city in all the United States, and salvage diving had everything to do with it. The History of Diving Museum exists to restore focus to the importance of salvage diving and to create the once magical and overwhelming sense of adventure inherent in diving and experienced by any diver that suits up and slips below the surface of the water in search of sunken treasure and the great fortune it brings. The History of Diving Museum features a single diver on the building's facade, and an entire room inside is devoted to the life of that same extraordinary diver, Art McKee, a man whose many accomplishments are largely responsible for the evolution of modern salvage diving, and to many, he remains to this day the father of salvage diving.
Well, Art McKee is considered to be one of the first tour guides. Now, what he did was initially, people had an interest in seeing, the salvaging of ships. So he took them out on a glass-bottom boat, and they would look at ballast stones while they salvaged a ship. The natural progression was for them to want to use a diving apparatus themselves. So he eventually started taking people out in this new invention called the diving hood. And what makes it different from regular helmets is the absence of a diving suit. Before, with the diving suit, it was very cumbersome, very large. It would take a team of divers to suit you up in a suit. Now, this helmet did not require a suit. So not only was it cooler in the South Florida waters, it was a lot easier to then use because it didn't use a full suit.
The Miller-Dunn diving hood, as it became known, was easy to use and allowed the diver greater freedom than ever before. To say that it was a hit with just about everyone in the diving community would be an understatement of the facts.